If you're a contractor working in Ohio, you already know that figuring out the licensing rules can feel like trying to solve a puzzle. So today, we're going to cut right through all that confusion. This is your clear, straightforward guide to contractor bonds, whether you're working in Cleveland, Cincinnati, or anywhere in between. Let's jump right in.
All right, let's kick things off with the million-dollar question every single contractor in Ohio asks. Is there one simple, statewide bond that covers you everywhere? You know, the one that would make life so much easier?
And the answer, plain and simple, nope. Ohio has absolutely no statewide bonding requirement. And that one little fact is precisely why things get so complicated for contractors on the ground.
So, if there's no state bond, what's actually going on here? Well, that's what we call Ohio's contractor bond puzzle. The fact that there isn't one simple answer creates a whole different kind of challenge that you really need to be prepared for.
This is the key to understanding the entire puzzle. Ohio has over 900 different municipalities, and every single one of them gets to set its own rules for contractor bonding. Seriously, that's not a typo. Over 900 different sets of regulations you could potentially have to deal with.
And right now, figuring this all out has never been more critical. I mean, with massive projects like Intel's new $20 billion plant, Ohio's construction industry is just booming. And that means there are incredible opportunities out there, but it also means you've got to be an expert at navigating all that local red tape.
Okay, so to really make sense of this, you need to understand that Ohio basically operates on two separate tracks. You've got the state level, and then you've got the city or municipal level. Let's break down who falls into which camp.
So on one side, you have the OCILB. That's the Ohio Construction Industry Licensing Board. This is for your specialty commercial trades. Think electrical, plumbing, HVAC. They require a state exam. But here's the important part. No state-level bond is needed. Then you have the municipal system, which pretty much covers everyone else. General contractors, roofers, you name it. For these folks, everything is handled at the city level, and that is almost always where you're going to find bond requirements.
So let's really zero in on that municipal track, because that's where the vast majority of Ohio contractors live and work. We're going to take a look at what some of the biggest cities in the state actually require.
Let's start in the state capital, Columbus. If you're doing any work there that's valued at more than $1,000, you need to be registered. And part of that registration means you have to get a $25,000 contractor bond.
And this isn't just some suggestion. The Columbus City Code makes it crystal clear. It's a mandatory $25,000 bond. The code also says you have to name the city of Columbus as the obligee, which is just the official term for the party that the bond protects.
Okay, let's head north to Cleveland. The bond amount is the same, $25 grand, but see, they add their own little twists. Cleveland also requires a special power of attorney form, and you have to show proof of at least $200,000 in insurance. It's these small differences from city to city that can really trip you up if you're not paying attention.
This chart really shows you just how much things vary. You've got Columbus and Cleveland holding steady at $25,000, but then look at Cincinnati. It could be $10,000 or it could be $25,000. And down in Toledo, Akron, and Dayton, you're looking at a range between $5,000 and $15,000. The insurance numbers are all over the map too. The main takeaway here, and it's a big one, is that you have to, I repeat, have to verify the specific rules for every single city you work in every single time.
Okay, so you've confirmed you need a bond. The next logical question is, how do you actually get one? Well, here is a simple checklist that'll work for most cities across Ohio. First things first, call the local building department. You need to confirm the exact bond amount and who the obligee is. After that, you'll fill out the city's application, get your surety bond, and get your insurance certificate. The last step is to pull it all together: your application, the bond, your insurance, business registration, and your federal EIN, and submit that whole package to the city.
All right, let's talk money. What's this all going to cost you, and how can you build a smart strategy if you're planning to work in a bunch of different cities?
So the price you pay, which is called the premium, is just a small slice of the total bond amount, and it's mostly based on your credit score. So for example, for a $10,000 bond, a contractor with great credit might pay only about $100 for the entire year. For a bigger $25,000 bond, you're probably looking at around $250 a year. And just remember, that's an annual cost you have to pay to keep your bond active.
So what does this look like in the real world? Well, let's say you want to work in Columbus, Cleveland, and Akron. You'd actually need 3 separate bonds. The total annual cost for all 3 could be anywhere from $600 to about $1,800, all depending on your credit. Building this into your budget is a really key part of doing business across the state of Ohio.
Now that you understand how the whole process works, the very last step is to secure your bond. You can get your surety bond quote in just minutes at buysuretybonds.com.